at your bitch with that juicy couture on now. We gonna think the hoe is homeless. Why is she wearing that? Why she has those letters across her ass like that? Oh my God, why would she do that? And with the Uggs, bitch. You should have called me, Kendra said, keeping her tone flirtatious while trying to pull her hand away. I did, Lamont said, his rap going on automatic pilot. Your machine didn't pick up. He kept Kendra's hand pressed inside his pants. Try calling back next time, Kendra said. She wrestled her hand away. She knew Lamont was into public exhibitions, but this was going too far. I feel like I could hit a homer with this one, he said quickly, glancing down at his wood. You could, she whispered seductively. She held his gaze and smoothly ran her hand down the back of his neck, feeling a shiver of arousal just from being near him, from touching him again, fondly recalling the wild nights they'd had. She lifted her mouth to his ear and breathed, You always knew how to hit the right spot. Lamont puffed out his chest and enjoyed a hearty laugh. He uncrossed his legs and grabbed the crotch of his pants, rearranging the fabric to conceal his excitement before some photographer came rushing back over. Kendra sat up very straight, giving him a moment to reminisce about their good old days. Then, using the tip of her pink tongue to lap up the stickiness from her lips, she spread her legs slightly and tilted her voluptuous, sweater-straining chest towards him. She was all ready to propose a get-together in the very near future until she realized that Lamont was peering intently at something behind her. Kendra glanced over her shoulder and saw the little singer girl bouncing towards them. A Rapunzel-like cascade of wheat-colored locks billowing behind her. As Mimi was ushered right through the guards' women, a huge smile formed on Lamont's face. Then Mimi came to a full stop and emphatically shook out her hair like she was in some kind of herbal essence commercial. Kendra, a pacifist by nature, felt like bitch slapping her. Lamont thumped his hand on his chest and pretended to choke on his candy. Damn, he said more enthusiastically than Kendra thought necessary. It looks really good. As Lamont began to introduce the two women, Kendra moved herself from the stool to the arm of Lamont's chair, leaned over, and murmured, We've met. Yes, the other day, Mimi said, wondering if she could make a graceful exit. Kendra had made her feel that she was not welcome. I wanted to talk to you about something, but... I mean, yeah, I know you want to show the man, look what I did with my hair. But I'd have been like, oh, my bad. Turned around and walked away. Because I would want that girl, Kendra, to know I'm not in competition with you. I don't want his ding-a-ling. That's your ding-a-ling. Well, maybe it's not. I'm not about to be uncomfortable. Because me and you doing two different things. Okay, you trying to fuck him. I'm trying to make money off of him or with him. Yes, the other day, Mimi said, wondering if she could make a graceful exit. Kendra had made her feel that she was not welcome. I wanted to talk to you about something, but... Lamont searched out Mimi's eyes from underneath Kendra's smothering cleavage. Talk to me, he said. Now's a great time. Kendra was just leaving. See, Kendra sat upright, her hurt and anger plain. Good to see you, baby, Lamont said. He practically shooed Kendra away as Imani kept a watchful eye on the situation, gauging whether she'd have to step in to get rid of his ex. Kendra bent over, nipples deflated, and gave Lamont a dispassionate kiss on the cheek. Nice to see you, too, she remarked coolly. For Mimi and Lamont's assistants, she had only bitter smiles as she stormed off. She heard Lamont say, "I'll call you." Yeah, right. She'd heard that one before. That's why I don't know why you so pressed with him. Why you keep being bothered with him, girl? It might not be other Lamonts around, but it's other Leandres. It's other Lantes. It's other Leanders. Shit. Or Lucius. She got a serious attitude problem, Mimi said. In the 10 seconds since Kendra had departed, Lamont had already forgotten about her. Who? He asked, gawking at Mimi's long silken hair. Mimi decided not to say anything more because whatever was going on between Kendra and Lamont was none of her business. Right. She began patting her hair like it was a horse's mane. Since she'd had it done, she couldn't stop playing with it. She felt as glamorous as Beyonce on a good weave day. Okay. So you really like it? She asked. Hell yeah, Lamont said, still examining it. I can't believe it's your hair. It looks completely different. Beautiful. How do they even do that? I had it flat ironed, Mimi reported. By Rod, Lena's stylist. And it's lighter too, Lamont said. Rod and Lena decided I should get a little color, Mimi explained. Sit down, Lamont commanded, and she did. He poked her chest. That's cute too, he said, pleased that her imaging was coming together. She looked down at the red script letters that spelled Mimi on the left side of her navy blue hoodie. Vanessa had it done, she said. The day before, 10 personalized Juicy Couture sweatsuits in a rainbow of colors had arrived by FedEx at Mimi's apartment. Bitch, when I tell you Juicy Couture was everything in the 2000s, girl, catch a bitch with that Juicy Couture on now. We gonna think the hoe is homeless. Why is she wearing that? Why does she has those letters across her ass like that? Oh my God, why would she do that? And with the Uggs? Bitch, when you telling me we was doing something then with that Juicy Couture, ooh, and it's all that goddamn Paris Hilton's fault. And what's crazy is everything was so affordable. How much was them Juicy Couture? I would say them sweatsuits was like $200, $250. Nah, you buy a sweatsuit that's under $500 and they looking at you like you some type of peasant, girl. Those were the good old days. They were from Fred Siegel, and Mimi hadn't known who he was. Later, Vanessa told her she'd ordered them from the store called Fred Siegel in L.A. She liked the suit fine, but she'd really worn the outfit today because Vanessa said it had to become her casual uniform, and Mimi was afraid of what Vanessa might do if one of the fashion edicts was ignored. Thanks again for all the stuff, Mimi gushed. You're welcome again, Lamont replied. He noticed a lot of people staring at him from the middle of the room where gifts were now being opened. They just brought out your gift, Imani called out. Smile and wave. He stood to get a peek. Pedro was sitting in the pint-sized SUV, smiling, surrounded by press. That shiz is dope, he said. It looks just like the real one. Lamont spied Daryl across the room and frowned. Lost in a mountain of gifts, he was stuffing all the crinkled wrapping paper into garbage bags. He had a tiny cowboy hat tilted over his cornrows with a rubber band under his chin and over his extra large Vocal tee, a black leather holster that did not look like it had come from Toys R Us. Yes, you paid for the party, Imani informed him, but Mama wanted you to give a present people could really see. Ah, he nodded. Chocolate, he requested as he found himself surrounded by only jelly candies. Any preference, Imani asked. White, dark milk? An assortment, please, Lamont replied. Imani's assistant, Vicky, rushed off. I tried to get in to see you this week, Mimi said, jumping in before his attention wandered off. We haven't really talked about the direction of my album. Yeah, he said while waving to someone on the other side of the room. It was a busy week for me, but Imani said I could talk to you today. So, she said, pulling out her trusty songbook. You know, I write my own songs. So this is why I think it's Ashanti, but one of you in the comments has said that it could be Christina Milian. What do you all think? Do y'all think it's possibly her? And poor Christina, you know she married to a, them foreigners, they don't give a shit about her reputation. They don't care. Our black men be the ones that be worried about who hunched them before he hunched them. Okay. I'm leaning towards the three: Maya, Christina Milian, and what was the other one we said? Ashanti. Yeah, he said while waving to someone on the other side of the room. It was a busy week for me, but Imani said I could talk to you today. So, she said, pulling out her trusty songbook. You know I write my own songs. What is Lena doing? Matter of fact, remember that movie with Christina Milian in it? Damn, I forget the name of it. What is Lena doing? Lamont wondered aloud, watching Lena loaded down with camera equipment, sitting around the party like a butterfly on crack. She thinks she wants to become a photographer, Mimi said. She's trying to get candid shots or something. Lena had spent a ton of money on camera equipment because she'd randomly decided that being a celebrity photographer would be a cool profession for her. In the 6 weeks Mimi had known her, it was the third vocation Lena had considered. She especially needed something now to take her mind off the Crazy G debacle. Anyway, like I was saying, you know I write. Vicky reappeared with a huge orange bowl filled with assorted chocolate candies and handed it to Imani, who then wordlessly set it on Lamont's lap. Sorry, he said. What are we talking about? My songs, Mimi said. You know I write songs. No, he said, picking through the bowl. As a matter of fact, I didn't. I do. She opened the book. Since his hands were occupied, these are songs I've written. I play piano too, you know. Damn, what is the name of that Christine Milian movie? Be Cool. That's what that movie was called. Be Cool. It had Cedric the Entertainer in it. I think it had John Travolta in it. It was a quirky movie, but it was good. It had Vince Vaughn in it. It was a good movie, y'all. Steven Tyler. Y'all, if y'all ain't doing shiz, please look at that movie, Be Cool. I loved it because it had Andre 3000 in it. It was very good to me. Not like very good, like, oh, it's an amazing movie. It was a cute movie about this character, Mimi. Maybe it is Christina Milian. I mean, that's who she played in the damn movie. Well, don't you want to read some of the lyrics she suggested? I don't think that will be necessary. But Mimi stopped and composed herself. Daryl had shot her down, but she thought he had a personal grudge against her. So she'd decided she would approach Lamont. Anyone could see that Lamont's opinion was the only one that mattered around here. She thought if she could get Lamont on her side, if she could prove herself to him, she'd have a chance to be more involved creatively on her album. But now he was giving her the same brush off as Daryl. We haven't really discussed the direction of my album, she said again. I want to start writing new stuff, but I'm not sure what you want. We have proven award-winning songwriters who are already submitting material, he said. So don't you worry about it. Daryl hadn't mentioned that. So who are they? Like who have they worked with? All the big people. Like who? Christina Milian, Usher, Aaliyah. He rattled off impassively, put out that he was being questioned. Faith Evans, Destiny's Child, J.Lo. Oh, at this point, I think you need to be quiet, girl. Just be quiet, girl. Leave it alone, girl. She liked most of the people he was naming, but then she interjected sourly. J.Lo? What's wrong with J.Lo? Lamont questioned. Don't you like her? I like her, Mimi admitted. I guess I don't really like her music. I don't think she's a good singer. Damn, what the hell? Did J.Lo do something to the writer of this damn book? Because they keep saying that throughout the book. God damn, give J.Lo a break.